The webinar you have entered as an organizer and may now speak to any other organizers or panelists on the line. When you are ready to begin the presentation, press the Start Broadcast button on the GoToWebinar control panel to allow all attendees to hear you. This system will notify you once you begin your broadcast.
Check. Jim Mobley.
Hey, Jim. Yeah, I see you there. Hold on just a second.
Sure,
No.
just checking, make sure it was up and working.
Okay.
Hi, it's Angela. Can you hear me, Scott?
I'll call him. Okay. Hey, Angela, I got you. Okay, thanks. Bye.
Thanks, Scott.
Oh, no problem. Yeah, we got Jim on right now.
Okay, great.
I was just talking to Brian. Dutch said he didn't get the invitation a while ago, but so we resent it to him.
Okay.
I see Paul is on.
Okay, great.
So, and I'll unmute him after we get started or whenever we need to have his part. So,
Okay. And then just a FYI for tonight, we probably will have a few people on, extra people on that are in opposition to a zoning item.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, joy.
Yes.
We'll see how that goes.
Yeah. Exactly.
I've done a couple of these, but it shouldn't be too hard. We'll just have them raise their hand and do it one at a time. And
Mm-hmm.
so, okay, I'm seeing Christy is in. She is muted right now, but she is here.
Hello.
Hello, Christy. And Kurt's logging in. Oh, I guess I need to do 48. Got to catch up on my time.
Good morning. This is Dutch.
Hey, Dutch, we got you. I hear you.
Good. All right. We had a little difficulty there, but we got us squared away.
Yeah, sorry. I think we had a typo in your email address. So,
Yeah, that's what
but
I
we're
figured.
squared away now.
Good, good. I'll be back in a little bit then.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes, Brian, we heard you.
I appreciate it.
Hey, Angela or Brian. Hey, we have another attendee that came on. Her name is Janice Shaw.
Oh, Janice is one of our alternates.
Okay.
Hey, Angela, I'm not seeing Pat yet. Is he confirmed they're going to be here or?
He did confirm that he was going to be here.
Okay, I don't see him yet. Let's see. Look at I see Christy, Kurt, and Jim.
Yes, and that is a quorum. So if he doesn't show up, we still have at least a quorum.
Right. Yeah, exactly. I just know that, on the script, we've got Pat on there. If we know he's not going to be there. that makes
Yeah.
sense. And
Yeah, usually if people tell us they're not going to be there, we take them off the script and put a alternate in its place. But he did confirm with Anna that he would be here.
Okay, well, he's still got 5 minutes according to the clock, so. Just wanted to check.
Hey, Angela, who was that y'all were talking about?
Pat O'Rear.
Okay. Let's see. I want to send him another invitation. Peter over here, 1953. I want to send him another invitation real quick, just in case. We gotta go. Okay, so we got 3 minutes.
Angela, can y'all hear me? Hello,
Yeah. Hello? Who is that? This?
this is Steve Pirtle. I was just getting on. I didn't know if I was in line on, I was on it or not. So I just got on.
Okay.
I mean, I can't speak, but I just wanted to make sure I was on.
And just a reminder, after we start recording the meeting at the 30-second mark, all the attendees and everybody will be able to hear anything that is said, and it'll be on the recording. So just want to let y'all be aware of that.
This meeting will begin in 30 seconds.
The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
All right, good morning. The November 17th Zoning Board of Adjustment meeting of the City of Longview is now called to order. Today's meeting is being conducted by a teleconference to abide by county, state, and federal recommendations to limit in-person gatherings to help slow the spread of the coronavirus. We thank you for your understanding. Due to the format of this meeting, we will begin this morning with a roll call to confirm all members of the board are present and able to participate in our considerations. Board members, when I call your name, will you please respond in the affirmative if you are present? Kurt Villiard,
Here.
Jim Mobley,
Here.
Beto Weir. Beto Weir is absent. Christy Cravey,
Here.
and I, Dutch Blau, am here as well. Also, we'll do a roll call of the city staff. We have City Planner Angela Choi
Here.
and Planner Brian McBride.
Here.
All right, thank you. Item 3 is the approval of the minutes from our last meeting in October. Has everyone had a chance to look at them? And if so, are there any corrections to be noted? All right, if there's no corrections, I will entertain a motion. When making a motion, please state your name for the staff.
Jim Mobley, motion to approve.
A motion has been made. Is there a second?
Kurt Hilliard, second.
There's a first and a second. We will now conduct a roll call vote. I will ask each board member in turn for their vote. When asked, please indicate your vote by saying yes or no. Kurt Hilliard,
Yes.
Jim Mobley,
Yes.
Christy Cravey,
Yes.
and I too say yes. And staff will now confirm the record of the vote.
Thank you. The motion was made by Jim Mobley, seconded by Kurt Villiard. The motion passes 4-0.
Thank you for that. All right, we have now reached the citizen comment portion of our meeting. Those wishing to participate in citizen comment today were invited to access this meeting through a link to register with the teleconferencing application. This portion of citizen comment are comments made other than the public hearing items we have on the agenda today. If you wish to speak on an item on the agenda, please wait until that time to speak. Scott Shellhorse is coordinating the technical side of the meeting and will assist with moderating the citizen comment portion of our meeting. When you are called to speak, you will be unmuted and given one opportunity to speak. Please begin by stating your name and address for the public record. Scott, do we have any residents who would like to speak today?
We have several attendees listed. If they're wanting to speak in citizen comment and not the agenda item, they can raise their hand and I can unmute them.
All right,
Give
we'll
them
give that a quick second.
No one is raising their hand, so I believe we can move ahead.
All right, we'll move on to the regular agenda. The purpose of this meeting is to hear all pertinent testimony regarding the proposed variances. This hearing is required by law to approve any variance to the City of Longview zoning ordinance and sign ordinance. The procedure for public hearing items to be followed today will be: public hearing will be open and testimony will be heard in the following order. 1, staff; second, by the applicant; and third, the general public, those in support and in opposition to the request. If you are part of a large group with a common interest, we ask that you appoint a spokesperson rather than having each individual restate the same information. When addressing the board, please begin by stating your name and address and try to limit your comments to 5 minutes. When all sides are spoken, the public hearing on the matter will be closed and no further discussion will be entertained. After each public hearing is closed, the board will vote on the request. And now we are going to item A on the regular agenda. A public hearing will be held to consider application B20-11 filed by Paul Cronemeyer for a variance to the front setback requirements of the City of Longview zoning ordinance, Article 9, Section 103, to allow for approximately 14-foot front setback instead of the required 30-foot front minimum for an existing single-family dwelling located at 3908 Alberta Street. City Planner Angela Choi will give a staff presentation.
Thank you. The applicant is requesting a variance to the front setback requirements of the City of Longview zoning ordinance to allow for an approximately 14-foot front setback instead of the required 30-foot front setback for an existing single-family dwelling located at 3908 Alberta Street. It appears, based on the research staff has done, it appears that this house was built in the 1950s and then was annexed in 1978. The applicant applied for a building permit for the proposed addition to the existing house to the rear. Through the review process, it was discovered that the existing house is encroaching into the front setback. Before a building permit can be issued, a variance is needed to allow for further development of this property. Staff recommends approval of this request. I would be happy to answer any questions at this time.
All right, are there any questions for Angela from any of the board members?
Angela, none of this encroachment on the setback, it doesn't encroach on any of the city utilities or other property lines or anything like that?
That is correct. It's just encroaching into the front setback. It's a pretty good encroachment. However, we annexed it in that way. So the building as is grandfathered. However, the applicant is wanting to do an addition to the rear, which requires this variance request. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
And so the additional construction, does it encroach even further or just to the same extent?
No, it will actually, the addition will be to the rear of the property.
I guess I'm having a hard time seeing, like, is that where the pool is?
Yes, sir. So it's going back towards the pool.
Okay, so it doesn't change anything on the other side where the road is or anything like that.
That is correct.
And then they're not encroaching like much further to the like the neighbors. It's just from the bottom where the woods are basically, or the trees are down there.
Yeah, so it's going from where the house ends now back towards the pool, which is
Okay.
what we consider the rear. So it's opposite of the front where the Alberta Street is. So it'd be going back towards the rear, towards that pool. And so they won't be encroaching in any other setbacks. They will not be making the current encroachment any worse. But they are expanding upon a non-conforming structure that does encroach into the front setback.
I understand. Okay. All right.
Angela,
Any other questions? Go ahead.
Yeah, and Angela, he does own all the rest of that property north.
Yes, sir. He owns all 3 lots. Yes, sir.
Okay.
All right. Any other questions from board members for Angela? All right. There's no further questions by the board for Angela. Is the applicant present and would like to speak on the request?
This is Scott. Paul Cronemeyer is here, and you are self-muted at this time. So, Paul, if you want to unmute yourself, you can talk. It still says he's self-muted. Give him a second, see if he's having some
There he
problems. Okay.
Right.
Paul, are you there? It's still saying he's self-muted.
Okay. All right. Well, sometimes it's more the technical side of things, not so much the desire to talk.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's. I personally don't foresee a large need for it. So let's open the public hearing, and then if he wants to talk, we can circle back if needed.
Okay, I'll keep an eye and see if he can connect and if he needs to talk.
Okay, great. All right, let's open the public hearing. Are there any in support of this request, or opposition for that matter, on the line? Do you know?
I am not seeing anybody raising their hand wishing to speak, so I think you are okay to move forward.
All right. I believe this is a pretty straightforward deal. Any of the board members have additional questions or concerns? And if not, does anybody want to make a motion?
Jim Mobley, I make a motion, we accept the application.
Motion been made to approve. Second.
Yeah, that was Kurt.
Okay, I believe Kurt is there for second. Okay, so let's do a roll call vote. Each member I'll ask, and please just reply with yes or no. So Kurt Villiard,
Yes.
Jim Mobley,
Yes.
Christy Gravy,
Yes.
and I, Dutch Blau, say yes as well. Staff will now confirm the record of the vote.
Thank you. The motion was made by Jim Mobley and seconded by Kurt Villiard. The motion passes 4-0.
All right, well, thank you. And finally, please know that it is possible our next few zoning board of adjustment meetings will be needed to conduct a teleconference like this one as well. We'll see you then, and we are adjourned.